Good morning, students. Welcome for today's class. How are you all? I believe everyone is great at home by God's blessing. So welcome for today's GK session over here, class 7. Today, I'm going to discuss about the subject enrichment questions which we have given. And I hope everyone has gone through it. 2 questions you will come across. Let me tell you what are the important points you have to keep it in mind. First of all, for doing the subject enrichment, no need to maintain that plastic folder, no plastic at all. Do it properly on pages, and pages can be any sort. If it is A4, then it's okay. If it is not available, you can do on the lined paper also, small as well as big will do. But don't venture outside your home to buy any of the stuff from the market, right? Pen, any sort of pen you are having at home, you can make use of it, right? And you can do it on paper. And if you don't have a stapler, you can just you can say perforation and do the threading of the papers also. That will also do, right? If it is two-sided paper, you can sufficiently you can do your work. I hope this is clear. Whatever material is available at home, use that only for doing this work, right? If you can manage the picture 1 or 2, because the questions are such regarding cricket team and all that of your favorite teams, right? If it is okay, then only. Otherwise, don't go to the market to buy this. You are not hard pressed to do extra stuff and go out of the way to do the subject enrichment, right? I hope it is clear. Make it very simple. Whatever things you are available at home with, you use that only and start with your work. Fine. 2 questions you're going to come across. I'm going to describe, I will give you the material, what to write in case if you're finding any difficulty in doing subject enrichment. If you can go beyond of your own, that's well and good. You are heartily welcome for that. Your staff as your work is welcome for that, right? So here we go with, the first question is, write history of Indian Premier League IPL. Write a brief account on that. First question, right? We are going to discuss about it. And write any 5 hygiene practices or rules that one should follow to combat, that means to fight with COVID-19, to beat COVID-19. These are the 2 questions you have in your subject enrichment for GK. Now, IPL, especially boys must be familiar with, even girls are also. So when it started, what all teams they make, right? The name of the teams and the present scenario. I'm going to share a screen with you to give you the brief account of it, so that in case any child is finding difficult to search or to Google the stuff, you can refer to this. Okay. So here we go with share sound. Yes. Fine. Okay. This is the first screen you're coming across, history of the IPL from 2008 to 2020, right? It started in 2008, 2020, 12 seasons you've already undergone. In today's big cricket article, we will talk about the brief history of IPL from 2008 to 2019, 12 seasons. The Indian Premier League, IPL, is a professional T20 cricket league in India based on a round-robin group and knockout format by 8 teams representing 8 different cities in India. Chennai, the first team is Chennai Super Kings, Delhi Capitals. Earlier, the name of the Delhi Capitals was Delhi Daredevils. Okay, now they have replaced the name with Delhi Capitals. Then Kings 11 Punjab, Kolkata Knight Riders, Mumbai Indians, Rajasthan Royals, Royal Challengers Bangalore, Sunrisers Hyderabad. Okay, these are the 8 teams which participate in your IPL. Right. Initialized by the BCCI Vice President Lalit Modi, the IPL was launched in 2008, and now IPL is the most attended cricket league in the world. They have been 12 seasons of the IPL tournament, and the 13th to 20th season is now taking place in the United Arab Emirates from 19 September 2020 through 10th November 2020. Okay, fine. Now, let's take a look back at the 12 seasons of Indian Premier League. But before that, have a look on the records and statistics of 12 seasons. Current champion is Mumbai Indians, 4th title, number of teams 8. Most successful team is Mumbai Indians, 4 titles. Most successful batsman is none other than our Virat Kohli, 5836 runs. Most wickets in IPL, Lasith Malinga, 170 wickets. Most overall catches. Suresh Raina, 102 catches, the most man of the match award winner. Abde Villiers, 22 teams. Now, students, you must be knowing the formation of the Indian Premier League. The auction is being done on players, and that's how under these 8 teams, the players are being selected and they play for their team. Okay. And lots of bidding is done on the players. Who is the best one at what, at bowling, or at batsman, or at fielding, best fielders. So every team tries to pick up, all these 8 teams try to pick up the best one according to the auction being made, according to the prices being set. Okay. And many of the advertisement company, they participate in that because their stake is there. You must have observed that while IPL is going on, many of the advertisements are popped up. And then there is a TRP also, which is associated with this advertisement. Accordingly, the rate is being said that turnover or the revenue of the match, who is the winning team, accordingly it is said. And lots of money is in circulation with the IPL. That's why it's a very, very profitable business venture. You can say that for many of the companies who stake in. And you can see all around, when they play matches over here, lots of banner on academy, or many academic institutions are also coming up over here. You can always observe many many IT companies are also coming over here. Many companies which deal in electrical appliances also coming up over here. And there are many brands, various brands, So they all have stake in these teams. So it's a big, you can say, a big business network. If you want to study in depth, you will browse that. It's a big business network, and many of the best players are being picked up by these teams in order to play for them. And that's how the entire rally of match that begins and it ends with. Okay. So here is the graph for that: winner, runner-up, semi-final. This you need not require to draw. You can just give that theoretical part only. So I've given you the brief, this one introduction of IPL. Then the history of the IPL, the first season 2008, how it started, The first season grabs the world's attention with big names such as Sachin Tendulkar. That was a time when Sachin was also playing. MS Dhoni, Mahendra Singh Dhoni, Shane Warne, and Saurav Ganguly, Rahul Dravid, switching to a league far different from conventional cricket. Conventional cricket, that the format is different. T20, this IPL, that the format of match is totally different. They are short in duration. There are many differences, So from the conventional cricket system of like 50 overs and all that, it is T20, 20 overs. The champions of this season were Rajasthan Royals, and the players of the series was Shane Watson. Okay. So the history of the IPL, the first season winter, that was a scenario. Okay. So IPL season 2, again, they have given 2009 history of the IPL. You can decide your stuff at your own, right? Because they have given for every year how much you want to write. Make it a brief. In 2 pages, you need to over with, right? So 2 pages meaning both the size of the page. That's it, right? This is my set for your writing a brief account on IPL. I hope everyone is going to enjoy this subject enrichment, because that's going to enrich your knowledge also regarding cricket world. Okay, how the BCCI is formed and everything. You can study as much as you can. You can browse whatever questions come to your mind. You can Google it and you can clear your knowledge about that. Okay, so this is the first question answer. Now, coming on to the second question. Okay, that is second question. Name the 5 hygiene practices or rules that you can follow to combat coronavirus. So here we start with here. This is the theory part, because you have to write the theory. I will show you one short video also for that. So good hygiene for coronavirus COVID-19. Everyone can help build a COVID safe Australia. This is about the Australia. Fine, you just skip it because you have to write for the basic common 5 rules. When you are well, everyone, even when well, can help slow the spread of COVID-19. This means wash your hands often with soap and water. Okay, this includes before and after eating and after going to the toilet. Okay, that means you have to, very often you have to keep washing your hands, because you touch hands and that can be the transmission mode. That your hands are the big medium of transmission of the virus, because if you touch any infected place and you use hands for every work, so you might get infected. The moment that goes inside you but through your mouth passage or through your nasal passage. So it is very dangerous. And then the second is use alcohol-based hand sanitizers. These are the medical sanitizers which are used by doctors, alcohol-based. But be wary about it. Don't let a fire because it might cause a fire. Right? It's a highly flammable alcohol-based hand sanitizer. When you can't use soap and water, when there's no soap and water around, suppose you're outside your home, it is not in the immediate vicinity, the water and soap, you can always carry alcohol-based hand sanitizers, which comes in a very handy packs. You can keep it in your pocket and you can use anytime. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. That's why you are abstained from touching your eyes, nose, because these are the routes through which the virus can spread, which can goes inside you. Clean and disinfect surfaces you use often, such as bench tops, desks, and your doorknobs also. Wherever you tend to touch it, those have to be disinfected. Those surfaces have to be disinfected. Clean and disinfect objects you use often, such as mobile phones, also keys, wallets, and work passes. Increase the amount of fresh air by opening windows or changing air conditioning. Okay, the ventilation at your home should be proper. Considering that importance of the ventilation, you have to, in the morning, so that the fresh light should come inside, the fresh air should come inside. It should be in the crossing mode. Fine. So you have to open the doors of your home, of your room, and the windows should also be open. So, and of course, the mesh should be there so that the insect should not fly inside. The mesh should be there to prevent the entry of these pollen, or you can say small pollens or small insects, so that only light and the air can come inside, can penetrate through the small holes of that mesh. Okay. There is limited evidence that alcohol-free hand rubs are effective against COVID-19. Experts recommend the use of alcohol-based hand sanitizers, because alcohol-free hand rubs are very common, with a very common solution, very ordinary solution of soap solution that is not working very much wonderful, you can say, for the sanitizing your hands. Better to use your alcohol-based sanitizer, which are used for the medical purpose. Doctors, they use when they wash out after surgeries, they use these kind of sanitizers which are alcohol-based. So it is advised to use that kind of hand sanitizers that will prevent the spread of COVID. Okay. When you are sick, as you move towards living COVID safe, it is important that you stay at home. If you feel unwell, you should also continue to practice good hygiene. If you have cold or flu-like symptoms, you should seek medical advice and get tested for COVID-19. That is, you can say, primal thing. You have to go if you are start getting the symptoms. You should get tested even if your symptoms are mild. If you have very mild symptoms, that means very less symptoms, or symptoms are very meager, very small, at a very less level, but still you need to get tested for that. If you have COVID-19, you must isolate and follow the direction of your local public health unit, which are advisories coming on every phone call also, and on the ads also, on TV ads also, and it is on the banners, and people are government is advertising a lot through many of the modes. Okay, so this is the coronavirus good hygiene starts here. So this is a small video which I'm going to play for you. So listen
to help stop the spread of viruses like the flu or coronavirus. Good hygiene is essential. That starts with washing your hands thoroughly with soap and water. Whenever you cough, sneeze or blow your nose, prepare food or eat, care for someone sick, touch your face or use the toilet. Remember to cough or sneeze into your arm or a tissue. Bin the tissue and wash your hands. Together we can help stop the spread and stay healthy. Visit australia.gov.au, authorised by the Australian Government, Canberra.
Fine. Though this video is based from Australia, but it's very helpful. No matter we are in any of the country, if something is in our, you can say, if it is our betterment, definitely we need to follow it. Now, everyone must also stay 1.5 meters away from each other, from other people, whenever possible. This is called physical distancing, has to be maintained. Okay, and this is what the video is all about. And the most important thing is, if you're getting symptoms of COVID-19, you get tested. Many of the people in and around our area only, they don't declare. It's a moral, your responsibility to declare yourself to be COVID positive. The report comes out to be positive, so that the other people should exercise caution from an infected person. So it should not spread. We have to break the chain. We have to stop the spread. It's very important that if you're getting the symptoms, so please beware. And in your at your home also, start wearing mask. Everyone do isolate. The first thing is, the first job is just put on your mask at your home also and isolate yourself in one single room. There you can, busy occupy yourself with some of the other. There are plenty of things to do at home. Don't feel that you are alone or something, but it is very important for others' health also, so others should not get infected, because the phase of this coronavirus is very deadly nowadays. So students, please, it's my personal advice to all of you to maintain all these hygiene rules and regulations, and do whatever best you can do for the society. The best way you can give service to society is to give service at home, because the charity begins at home. Suppose somebody is there, do educate them, right? And you can give them examples also, you can show them videos also. Do educate. If somebody is unaware, suppose you're working class, the group D, the maids who are coming at your home and working for you, you can educate them as well that the wearing of mask is very much essential for the protection of others also, for the protection of their self also, because it comes in a good karma. You have to take care of others, serve others. So please, this is the advice. This is my moral advice to everyone who is going through this video and who is hooked with me. So please get adhere to it and write any 5 rules, whatever, apart from these 5, all these 6, there are 6, all these. Apart from this, if something else is coming to your mind, do write. Okay. Here it is, how to protect yourself and others. Let us see, how to slow the spread, good hygiene, physical distances, public gathering, mask, understand the limits that apply to essential gatherings and non-essential gatherings. At some party, at some marriage party, don't go. The gathering should not be encouraged at any place, because that is the main cause of the spread of COVID. Physical distancing has to be maintained by the distance of 1.5 meter. Good hygiene practice have to be maintained. You can, if you're sneezing, you have to use a tissue paper and get rid of it, because tissue papers are disposables. So just after one use, you have to throw it in a dustbin so that it should not spread. Don't use the hanky, right? Otherwise, we tend to encourage the use of hanky. Don't use hanky, because the germs that sit on hanky using again and again, that cause it to be spread. So please, discourage the use of hanky. Instead, use the tissue papers, right, for cleaning, for wiping your hands, and to get rid of it. Now, public gathering, mask must be used. Isolation should be done in case if you're getting the symptoms. Quarantine, isolation is quarantine only. Quarantine at home, it's still okay. Nowadays, people are suffering a lot. And the vaccination, 18 plus, now they have started with that vaccination. Encourage everyone to, at your home also, to get vaccinated, because vaccination is something which will not cause the virus to be deadly. Rather, the symptoms will not be aggravated also. Though it will come, there's no guarantee that the vaccination is going to prevent you from getting the virus. So it will come, but the symptoms will be controlled, right? You can say the aggression of the symptoms will be that it will not be that malicious the way it is without vaccination. So these are basic things which I've told you. You can add as much as you can. Make it a you can say within 2 papers, double-sided, you can do these 2 questions, right? And the length maintenance is all up to you, how much you want to write. I've given you plenty of material. I hope this is very helpful for you to complete your task. Whatever we have assigned, we have given you 2 questions, so that please accomplish your task within vacations only. It's 45 to 46 days vacation. In July, we are going to reopen the school. So by that time, please, and marks will be awarded for that. And for beautification, there is no marks. If you have material at home, you can use that, but you should not be hard pressed, and don't trouble your parents. Don't be troublesome for your parents to buy anything from the market. Fine. On a very strict notice, I'm telling you this, whatever, because these questions are very simple and you can do it right from the screen. So that is more than enough. Thank you so much. God bless you all. Take care.